Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about trying to build muscle while losing weight, building muscle while cutting. Is recomping possible? Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, recomping. Losing fat, building muscle. Is it possible? The conversation basically got amplified or brought to the forefront again this week via Athlean X and Dr. Mike. Should you chase that kind of recomp? Can you build muscle while in a deficit? Here's the bottom line, okay? Here's the thing you need to remember. It is easiest to build muscle in a slight calorie surplus. We don't want to bulk aggressively to the point where we're gaining 30 to 40 pounds in a short period of time. It is easier for the body to build muscle in a calorie surplus. That is a no-brainer. The problem with bulking, though, is we get a lot of people that'll overbulk. They'll see the word bulking and they'll use it as an excuse to be super loose on their diet. They'll turn into big fat Slobacheskis. All right, that's not the way a bulk works. For my clients, I have them aim for a pound a month. If they're super studs in the gym, we move it up to 1.5 pounds. If they're more towards the intermediate lifter stage and they don't need an aggressive bulk, we keep it at about 1 pound a month. So we watch diet very, very meticulously. So when we are trying to build muscle in a cut, we're trying to chase two things at the same time. Physiologically, what we're doing is we're digging a hole in the ground and placing ourselves in the hole, and then we're trying to make it more difficult. The idea, have I seen some fringe clients build muscle while losing weight? Yes. I had one client in particular that did it, but this gentleman went from not touching a barbell in 8 months to squatting 315 by 5. So I would argue this guy was an extreme outlier. He's one of the freakiest things I've seen in my life, and I've never seen it recreated, before or since. So very rarely do I find an outlier that can do both of them very, very effectively. If you're a beginner, there's a chance if you're losing some fat that you could build some muscle. But for the average person, what you need to understand is the best way to build muscle is to be in a calorie surplus. Hands down. There isn't even another option. The discussion should be closed. The idea that somehow you're going to restrict calories and that the fat, the nutrients from the fat and all the stuff from the fat is going to enable you to build muscle. You know, the percentages, if you look at the percentage of muscle you could actually build in a cut, it's going to be very, very minimal compared to the percentage of what you could build in a reasonable bulk. And that's the thing we need to remember. So the best way to approach things, if you want to look the best you can, number one, start off by getting all the excess fat on your body that you don't want. If you're looking in the mirror and you see a bunch of extra fat, just get that fat off, okay? Get the fat off. That's step one. Step two, do a reasonable long-term bulk. Monitoring your calories, not letting yourself get too fat. Even if you put on 8 pounds of fat or 10 pounds of fat in 2 years of bulking, that's only going to take you a couple of months to knock off. And that's the thing to remember. The bulking and cutting cycles, I'm not so much of a fan of in general. I would prefer that you get all the extra fat off you want, spend a couple years just attacking the weights, and then after that, take a couple of months of cutting the fat off, and you're good. Let's be real here. A fat loss diet, unless you're morbidly obese, shouldn't take a very long period of time at all. So that's another thing to consider when you're analyzing this discussion. Really, a fat loss diet shouldn't take long at all. So why are we even worried about how much muscle we're going to build in 2 to 3 months of a fat loss diet? It's absolutely ridiculous. And if you're going to try to run at such a lean calorie level where you can't gain weight, you're putting yourself in a further hole. If you weigh 170, 180 right now, or whatever you weigh, and you're trying not to gain weight on the scale, but at the same time your body wants to add muscle, and you're training to try to add muscle, muscle weighs something, okay? So if you're trying to stay at 180 and lose 10 pounds of fat and 10 pounds of muscle, I got news for you. It's going to take you forever. So not to get into the drama, I'm not trying to start drama, but I'm trying to add another opinion into this ring. Don't worry about trying to build muscle while you're losing fat. You got to train the same way anyway. But look, number one, a fat loss diet isn't going to take that long to begin with, all right? So why are we even worried if we gain like a quarter ounce of muscle? If we're going to gain a quarter ounce of muscle while we're on a fat loss diet, just get the fat off and go with the proven, more effective way of building muscle, and that is in a reasonable calorie surplus. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.